Hello there, and we are live. See, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, see, I hardly do this early, but I came back from work. I had, an early one at work, came back quickly, and you know what, yeah, I just have to go at it. I have to go at it. And I wanted Arsenal fans to just come down here and let's talk about Arsenal, yeah, and let's talk about what's really going on. See, yeah, today it's a jam-packed one, star-studded, guys down here. See, yeah, the first special guest I have down here is Luca,
Big up,
AFC.
man.
Luca, AFC, man. Big up, big
Big
up,
up,
big ups, man.
big up, big up. How are you, man? I'm
How you
good,
doing,
man.
Luca?
I'm good. I'm good.
Man,
Yeah.
Luca, it's a pleasure to have you on this show. This is your third
Thank you very
time on
much.
this show. I'm happy to have
Third
you down
time,
here.
yeah,
Me
yeah,
and you have been partners. We've been doing lots of stuff together. Been on your
yeah,
channel, I think twice or so.
yeah,
It's nice to
yeah.
have you.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much for
And
having
the
me on, man.
second person, yeah, man, no props, man. The second person I have on this show down here, see, this person is, see, no need for an introduction, yeah. Goonies from all corners. Me and this guy always at it. Big
Yeah.
friend of mine, behind the stage to see Anthony. Welcome to the show, my brother. Anthony Herbert.
Oh, thank you, Tim. Yeah, well, do you know what? It's a privilege to be on the show. When you messaged me this morning, I thought I was in work, and I thought, do you know what? I've got to go on to this show. It's the second time I've been on, but I'm with being busy and all that. I hope to come on some more, and talk some about the Arsenal basically. So that'd be good.
Yeah, sure. And see, guys, this is a special guest. You wouldn't see him in all these, too popular circles, yeah. This guy's a proper yardie, yeah. So let's just get it correctly, yeah. This guy, yeah, see, he talks football, yeah. He talks football. He's an artist also, but he talks football, and when he talks football, it means business. It's not into all these, covering, burying up stories. It talks football for real, yeah. And Luca and Herbert, I would like you to, give this guy a chance on your own platforms too. He talks real football. He says it like it is. I follow him on Instagram. His YouTube channel isn't really set up yet, but his Instagram, is down there. It's talking football, yeah. It's no other person, yeah, than the Don Dada MC himself, yeah. LloydieRanks, Arsenal fan, big ups, man. How you doing?
Listen, I'm real, yeah. Arsenal till I die, innit? Follow me on my Instagram, please. I beg you. LloydieRanks14, innit? You know where it's at, and come and tune in. You know where it is.
Big ups, man. See, yeah, with that much ado, yeah. See, look at AFC. Let me tweak your brain, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
How would you classify? You know what? We'll still go into this Real Madrid versus
yeah,
Manchester City, the repercussions of that game yesterday, because the repercussions will be there. It depends on how that game went yesterday. They drew yesterday. If Real Madrid should have won yesterday, Man City would be keeping, they'll be keeping their big guns, yeah, for that crunch game against Everton in the weekend.
yeah.
But you know what?
Yeah.
They drew that game. But we'll go into all that shenanigans later on. I just want to hear from you. Look at AFC.
Yeah.
How will you
Well, for me,
rank
I look at it.
Arsenal's performance this past weekend, mostly against Newcastle?
Well, for me, I look at that Man City Real Madrid game, right? Man City for me.
You want to go into it real quick?
Yeah, the Man City Real Madrid game, to be honest, I watched the highlights yesterday and it was a really good game. Kevin De Bruyne scored a really good goal. Look, I look at it, City have got to play Everton, we've got to play Brighton. So I reckon City will still have that Champions League eye to keep an eye on for the second leg against Real Madrid. But I do think City can rest players. But I still think, would that give us a psychological advantage? Because look, I still think City are going to win the league, but however, quite frankly, I think the title is done. But quite frankly,
we've bottled it, innit?
We have. Yeah, but the thing is, Tony, those West Ham Southampton games, we bottled it because for me, it was there for the taking. It was in our hands. But the trouble is, what annoys me about this manager is, and I say it on my shows, is that he doesn't know how to game manage when it matters, because you 2-0 up at Anfield, and quite frankly, you don't seem to get the third goal, and you need to manage the game. And I think he got the substitutions wrong, because if Zinchenko wasn't on the pitch, and if Tierney was there, we would have stopped Trent Alexander-Arnold. And the West Ham game as well, I think Saka scores that's 3 points. And then the Southampton game, we never turned up. I just think it's those games really, really cost us, to be honest. I really do, because the Southampton game...
I want to say something quick after.
Because quite frankly, I'm looking at... Look, we've got to hope that Man City lose on Sunday, and then we beat Brighton. We're back to the top of the league with 2 games, and then anything can happen in that Brighton game against Man City.
That Brighton game, right? Okay, you know what? Yeah. See, LloydieRanks. Yeah, I'll bring you in just before I go to Anthony Herbert down here. Yeah. See, that Man City game against Real Madrid yesterday, did it go the way you wanted it to go? Was that your projection for that matchup? I've already listened to you on Instagram, but now you're on 24 Gunner TV. Give me an in-depth analysis. What do you think about that matchup? Do you think it will affect the way Man City is, are going to line up in that game against Everton? Tell me what's in your mind.
It's like what Lucas said, though, Tony, isn't it? Like Real Madrid, that game yesterday, it was there for the take. I ain't gonna lie, I actually thought Man City were going to beat them. To be fair, because the way Man City are going on at the moment, like this team are just on fire at the moment. We got to get this straight, innit? This team are just something else at the moment. They've got Haaland, they've got Mahrez, they've got Grealish, they've got Foden, they've got De Bruyne. I actually thought Man City were going to do something last night, but would you say like a 1-1 draw is a fair result? Because now the second leg, you know what I mean? Man City are going to have the Etihad man then behind them. It's all to play for, isn't it?
But you know what? See, big up to Ravi who just joined us on the show. Arsenal Forever is down here also. See, what do you pick from what look at AFC has already said? Real Madrid? Do you think that with the end of yesterday 1-1, do you think it really any will be lining up?
I think Man City are going to win the second leg. I think Man City are going to win the second leg.
But let's see, Anthony, talk about that matchup. We'll get back to the end of it. But what do you think, Anthony?
It's like what Lucas said. I mean, it was 1-0. It was a good goal by Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, let's be honest. It was a point, and it was away from home. I mean, if you're a Man City fan, you would probably be happy with that point. Going away to Real Madrid, picking up a point, then you bring it back to your own ground. That's what Man City's done. Man City's going to have, they're going to have the advantage. Playing at home, they're going to have more of their home fans cheering them, chanting them on, and they're going to be up for it. They're going to give them a good game. I feel that Man City's going to win this game, and they'll go to the final. Of this Champions League. Can they win it? Yes, they can. Because as far as I'm concerned, you've got the 2 teams in the semi-final that are the 2 best teams in Europe at the minute. So, that's that fact. Now, when we go on to the other facts of Arsenal Football Club, and I'll bring up a point of what Lucas said, was the points against West Ham and Southampton that we lost against, That's 4 points because we drew 2 of the games. So we lost out on 4 points. If we would have beaten West Ham and Southampton with Man City winning their game in hand, that would have put us on the same points. But they would have been just above us on goal difference. That would be the only thing that'd be separating us now, is goal difference, right? And that's a fact. But it's like what I said. Have we bottled it? It looks that way, yes. But let's be honest. I mean, Man City, I think they're going to change that squad against Everton. And who would have thought
Everton? Change the
Everton?
squad against Everton. Sorry to interrupt, but they might change that squad against Everton. But still, I still think we have bottled it, because there's no way I cannot see Man City losing a game anytime, because they're on fire at the moment.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, Luca. But the trouble is, though, who would have thought Everton would have beat Brighton 5-0?
No one didn't expect it.
Exactly. So I think Everton's going to give Man City a game. It's Man City for the taking for the Premier League, and it's Everton for the taking for survival. It's not going to be a walk in the park. I think Everton are going to give them a game, because You've got to look at the you've got to look at the games what Man City's got left. Their games are all relegation battles. So, what the games roughly what they've got left in this league, and if these teams want to stay up, they've got to play against. They've got to give Man City a game. They have to stick to just to try and stay up.
I do think Man City. Like, I get where you're coming from, and I 100% agree. But I do think, look, Everton game will be a very difficult game for Man City because they're not mathematically safe. Yes, they got that great 5-1 win against Brighton, which was unbelievable. But I still think City will beat Everton, but because I'm not ruling out anything, but I genuinely think City will beat them. But I do think Everton will give them a very, very good game, and I do think because you go back and look at that Fulham game, Fulham should have had at least 2 penalties in that game against Man City, and technically that game should have been a draw. Leeds, of all people, okay, Leeds weren't that great, but they managed to only lose 2-1 to Man City.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm picking up on what you just said as well, Luca, about the league and that. Like, I've heard it from all these Tottenham fans, these Man U fans and that. I keep hearing it from them, like, you man bottled the league, you not done this and you not done that. Now, if you would have said to me at the beginning of the season, that we would be challenging for the league and we were going for the top 4, I would have said no way, like, do you know what I mean? So I'm trying to, if we do miss out on the league this year, which I'm certainly sure we will, like, is it really all doom and gloom if we miss out on the league? Because we could turn around and say, right, you know what? We spent the most least amount of money, but we finished second. We finished second behind a really decent Man City side, and we're back in the Champions League. I'll take that all day long.
Well, 100%. The second is a good achievement. Don't get me wrong, but I am a little bit disappointed that we didn't win the title because it was there for us to take it. I just think it's those 2 or 3 games which cost us, and I'm thinking I don't see any other team because if that was Man City. And they were 8 points clear and that, then Man City, for me, they'll be arguing. Their fans will be really getting into Pep Guardiola and that, thinking, how have we bottled 8 points?
The trouble is, the way you look at it on the league, how many points could we pick up? And how many points could Man City pick up as well to the end of the season? If we miss out on the league, I don't mind missing out on the league by 3 points or 1 point.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest with you, if we miss out on the Premier League just by goal difference, I think and it's safe for me to say this. I think pretty much of us we'd be pissed, wouldn't we? Let's be honest.
Oh yeah, of course.
We'll be very pissed.
But I don't see the goal difference happening because, quite frankly, can you really see Man City losing goal difference though? To lose that goal difference, Man City would have to absolutely have a bad game.
Yeah,
exactly. And look at what Arsenal forever says. Yeah, Arsenal forever says something. They said you cannot throw away an 8-point lead away in April. In April of all months, it's horrible, horrible show. See, Luca, do you see any way back for Arsenal for this title? Have we bottled it?
For me right now, I don't see anything coming back for the league title, in my opinion. Because the reason why is, look, we've got to hope that Man City drop points. But with Man City's experience, they always find a way to come back. And that's the thing. It's just we've got to hope, we've got to pray, we've got to keep doing what we're doing, beat Brighton, beat Forest, beat Wolves, and then hope City can lose a game and draw a game, or even a loss. Like I just hope we pray, but I can't see it happening.
LloydRanks, is this over for Arsenal? Is this over? Do you see a way back? Do you think Man City would drop points against Everton? Do you see Brentford genuinely taking points away from Man City when they visit London? Mind you, they beat Man City when they went to the Etihad. They'll be coming back, on that second leg visit down to London.
I was just about to say that, Tony. Like, the only team I can see beating Man City is Brentford, because Brentford did beat them 2-1, innit? Was it 2-1 a couple of months ago?
Yeah.
So, like Lucas said as well, all we can do is just win our games, innit, and just hope for the best, innit? But after the league being over, listen, I said on Instagram a couple of weeks ago, the league was over after West Ham. Yeah, it was over after West Ham. Yeah, and that Southampton game as well. You can't be 3-1 down with 8 minutes to go, and then you want to start waking up and start playing football. I was actually at that game, at the Southampton game, and you know why? And you know why? And you know why? You know what it was? It was nerves. Yeah, from the opening whistle to the last minute, it was nerves. You saw the first goal, right? When Ramsdale threw it straight to my man. What's his name? Alcalaz, whatever his name was. He's like, he put it on a plate for me. He said, "Here you go." You know what I mean? And then it had to be in it. And I actually had money on this. I said to my friends and that, right? I said to them, Theo Walcott is going to score tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah? And I've made enough money off that.
And he scored.
Yeah?
And he scored.
It was in the works, didn't it? It had to be Theo Walcott to score a goal. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But after the league, yep, the league is done. The league is done. We're finishing second. The league is done.
It's done. Auntie Herbert, I'll bring you into this conversation right now. See, do you really see Man City dropping any points in the coming games? See, there are genuine games coming up for Man City, yeah? They still have to face Chelsea. Chelsea, I've been having good days, against Man City. I'm not saying this season. I'm talking of past seasons, yeah? They've been, nicking maybe 1 or 3 points from them sometimes. Do you think there'll be any change in the coming weeks for Man City? Because they play Chelsea, they also play Everton. Mind you, Everton won that game, their last game, 5-1. See, It is a relegation scrap, and during a relegation scrap, anything can happen. You know this, Anthony. Is there a way back for Arsenal in this title chase?
Obviously, it depends how they play and how they play against these upcoming teams. That's a fact. I know you talked about Chelsea. They've got Chelsea coming up. And let's be honest, Man City's under 18s could beat Chelsea. Let's be honest, because Chelsea is not doing nothing this season. Frank Lampard, for me, he's not a Premier League manager. He's not Premier League proven. He's not Premier League quality, in my opinion. He's like a League One Championship manager in the Premier League. That's what Frank Lampard is. I think Luca might take Frank Lampard at MK Dons. I don't know, but it's like I said. Forget the Chelsea game. I think Chelsea might give them a game, but I mean, look at us. We won that game comfortably. It was only because Chelsea scored because of that error by Shevchenko.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. It was down that left hand side. Nobody was there to pick him up. So because Shevchenko was left out alone, and he was trying to come back from the midfield in that role he does. And sometimes I understand why he does that role, but when he does things like that and he can't get back, it frustrates me. That's why sometimes I prefer Fiorentini at left back.
One question: don't you think? Yes, would you start Tierney over Zinchenko?
Oh, that's a big question. Big question. Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, against Brighton, I think I would.
I think I would as well because I
think I would.
Because I don't know about. Go on, Anthony. Go on.
No, go on, mate. What was you going to say?
No, why have everyone given up on Zinchenko?
No, Tony.
I know he's made lots of mistakes. Yeah, but again, that's how we play. See, Zinchenko is in direct contact with almost 60% of Arsenal goals this season. He's that good for Arsenal going forward. Backwards, of course, it leaves something to actually decipher, yeah. But again,
but Tony, do you know what?
Everything is just coming down crashing on Zinny. Are we over blaming this guy, or do you think he's a little bit tired? With the whole thing. In all our high-profile games he's played this season,
I think he's
been on the bench.
He's not tired.
He's not tired. As part of that problem, or do you think, okay, Zinny that just came in, a legitimate centurion for Man City, came in here? Do you think, okay, he's done?
No, he's not tired because he's done that. He's been there, done it. He's got the shirt when he was at Man City. Look how many Premier Leagues he won at Man City. So if anybody's experience there for winning a trophy at Premier League is him in our team. He's the only one technically. So, I don't think he's tired at all. I think what it is, I feel that the way his rule was at Man City, he tried bringing that rule into Arsenal, which is efficient. But listen, if you're going to go forward, you've got to come back. And if you're
Yeah.
not going to come back, we're going because it's like what I said. We're going to get caught out of possession because when he goes forward at left back, we find our centre backs. We drift over to the left, and Partey he comes back in the centre back's position. So that's three positions being effective
Yeah.
each time. He's got to get back. If you don't get back, these teams or any other team, they're going to hurt you in the Premier League because you've got
And
no
they
one
will
there at that
exploit
level.
you.
Exactly. And that's
Yeah,
and
they
that's
will
what's been
exploit you.
happening of late.
Yeah. And the thing is, as well, with
Lloyd, you
Zinchenko,
wanted to say something?
yeah. The thing is with Zinchenko as well, it's not that we've given up. Like, I don't know if you've lot of noticed as well. Like, he has been at fault for some of the goals we have conceded this season. I mean, like, look at the Chelsea game. That was his fault. You know what I mean? It was ball watching. Do you know what I mean? The ball come over the top. He literally watched it go in. He didn't make no attempt to try and get the ball, and they score a goal. The same thing as well in the Liverpool game. I mean, look, he got nutmegged. He got nutmegged by Alexander-Arnold, didn't he? And after that, he got taken off.
Yeah, exactly. Look at AFC. Yeah, see.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about Zinni? Yeah, is he a calamity for you, or is it just one of those things? That happens to players.
I just think with Zinchenko, the thing with Zinchenko, I like Zinchenko. Don't get me wrong, but I like his passion. I like his encouragement and all that stuff. But I just feel like he's a liability. He's very defensive, and I do think that Newcastle game. And I said this in my match reaction the other day. I said. Tierney, for me, made that difference, and he led up to the second goal, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And what is it with Mikel Arteta that doesn't start Kieran Tierney? What does he have an agenda against Kieran Tierney? Whereas, don't get me wrong, I like Zinchenko, don't get me wrong, but Zinchenko, for me, needs to be dropped. Okay, he cost that goal at Liverpool at Anfield, right? For Firmino to score.
Chelsea.
He's a liability. And even that second goal on Theo Walcott. And I do think he is a problem. And I do think that game against Brighton, don't get me wrong, I think that we will win that game, but I think it'll be a tough game because Brighton will now need to respond. And they would want to respond from that 5-1 defeat against Everton because they know they don't want to get embarrassed. And the good thing is, we're at the Emirates, don't get me wrong, we're an Emirates fortress, right?
Yeah.
And we've only lost one game at home this season. But quite frankly, I'd start Kieran Tierney because he led up to that second goal. Like I have nothing against Zinchenko, but Zinchenko is not a left back. And even Arsenal Forever said in the comments, he said Zinchenko is not good defensively.
He's not good defensively. Okay, but see, we do need a solution to this Zinni issue. Yeah, this is the reality of what's going to happen. Yeah, Newcastle might be coming in. Actually, might be coming in for our our left back. In Kieran Tierney, they might be coming. And again, see, lots of suitors for this guy. He could go to West Ham. He could go to Aston Villa. He's played under a certain coach called Unai Emery. Yeah. Does anyone remember that? Yeah, good.
No,
and Unai Emery, I also heard, that is going for ESR. Yeah, these guys want to come and tap, all these Arsenal players, but you can't blame them, innit?
Yeah, but the thing is, Tony, does Smith Rowe have a future? That's the thing. Because for me, Smith Rowe was one of our best players last season, and now he's not recognisable. Now it's like, is this manager? Look, don't get me wrong, right? Look, Arteta's done well this season, but is this manager killing Smith Rowe? Because for me, is it a right choice to sell him? Because if he goes to somewhere like Unai Emery, it makes sense because Emery got him through with Smith Rowe. And don't get me wrong, I know Smith Rowe came through the academy ranks, but quite frankly, I would keep Smith Rowe because I like Smith Rowe. I think he's very good for squad depth. Don't get me wrong. Yes, he's found it very difficult with injuries. I can understand that. But quite frankly, I like to keep someone like that because here's a question, right? Like the West Ham Southampton game. Do you think if we would have bought Smith Rowe, do you think he would have been a little bit of a part to play and he could have helped us win the game in those type of two games? Because Arteta barely uses him now. It feels like Smith Rowe's unrecognised.
True.
I think Smith Rowe's a good player, and he reminds me. He gives it a good go and a battle, but it's not just that. Is the difference between him and Odegaard when he play in that position? Smith Rowe for me is more of a creator. He's like your. Oh, I know he hasn't got the standard of it, but you've got to think modern day football has changed. He's like your Bergkamp behind your front players, your front two players, that sort of thing. Smith Rowe, he can score goals, and also he can create them, as in and assisting them. That's what Smith Rowe is good at, and I always like Smith Rowe with that quality. But the problem is with Odegaard, what he's doing at the minute, and 15 league goals he's got this season, with Martinelli, you can't fault him, can you? Odegaard. So you've got to play Odegaard. I feel Smith Rowe should be played more as well, like every other game. I feel that if you've got like a team that's got nothing to play for in the league, why not change your team around a bit? Jumble a couple of players up. Let rest the good players to when we got the good games.
But when you say that, look, like with Odegaard, he's got like 15 goals this season. When is the last time we've had a midfielder like that that's actually scored loads of goals? Remember, I think it was the 09-10 season. Fabregas scored like so many goals that season for Arsenal. I think it was the season when he scored that goal against Villa. And
there was a few, Luca. There was Fabregas. There was Robert Perez. There was Mark Overmars. So there was.
Wiltord even came into the fray most times to even smash 1 or 2 goals those days.
Yeah.
I think as well. I think Reece Nelson should start more as well.
Yes, rest Saka. Rest Saka and play him as well.
Yeah. Because when he comes on in games, like he's very electric. Like he likes to run at people. Like I'm not saying Saka doesn't, but I think Reece Nelson should play a bit more, because he brings time to the team when he comes on.
Totally understandable. Luca, because you will soon be leaving, this is the last parting question for you, Luca.
Last
AFC,
question, and
before you leave us. Before you leave us, Arsenal will be playing Brighton. See, these guys want to bounce back. They want a quick bounce back from that humiliation Everton dealt to them the other day. See, do you think, Arsenal is this club that keeps on giving? We're like gifters. We gift most of this team a point sometimes. Do you think that Arsenal will gift Brighton, away into Europe when we meet them on Sunday?
I wouldn't be surprised if we lose this game, but I am confident we can beat Brighton on Sunday. We're at home at the Emirates, and I'm confident because for me, Newcastle, no Arsenal fan was not confident going into Newcastle. And I said in my match reaction, I said, you know what, I'll try and be positive. I said 2-1 Arsenal, but we end up winning the match 2-0. And that first half against Newcastle, that could have been a different scoreline. Like if it wasn't, and even that penalty situation, I don't think it wasn't a penalty, in my opinion. I generally don't think it wasn't. But it touched the leg from Kiviwar. And I think that Brighton game, for me, I'm confident, but I do think it will be a very, very tough game. But I wouldn't be surprised if we lose that game, because Brighton have already beaten us in the Cup this season, in the League Cup. And quite frankly, they've beaten us in the past at the Emirates. So Brighton are one of those teams. And don't be surprised that Moise Caicedo could have a rehearsal performance. You don't know that, because we were looking at this guy in the January transfer window. And Matoma might have a good game. McAllister might have a good game. He's been linked to Liverpool. So I'm confident, man. I'm confident. I like score prediction. I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal at home to Brighton. See, look at AFC.
If it was away, I say we'll lose. But quite frankly, at the Emirates, right? We put 4 past Brighton.
Yeah. And again, we can't afford to lose that game, right? We need maximum points on the day, because we don't know what Man City is going to do against Everton. So every point is needed. Look at AFC, please shout out your channel, Tell people where they could find you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me on. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Luke AFC. We will be live tomorrow evening. Maybe do like a few Europa League match reactions, and then got my top 6 show on Friday at 6 p.m. and then I'm on Anthony's channel at 9 o'clock on Friday for the All Gunners All Corners. So subscribe to my channel, Luke AFC. We just hit 3,100, so we want to try and get to 4K at some point.
That's a big fit, man. That's a
That's
big
good.
fit. And of course, we have LloydieRanks here. It would be nice for him to come chop it
Yeah,
up on
Lloyd
your show.
Ranks, if you want to
AFC,
come
yeah?
on my channel, just drop me a DM and just give me your Instagram, or Tony Claw can send it as well.
Yeah. Tony will send that to you too.
Yeah. Big ups,
Yeah.
Luca. Thank you, man.
Thank you very much
See,
for having me on, man.
thank
And
you,
I'll go.
AFC. Thank you, Luca.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Hey, Luca.
See, Lloydie, yeah. See, that matchup, yeah, against Brighton coming up on Sunday. What are your expectations of that matchup?
Well, my expectations are simple, innit? We have to win this game, innit? No ifs, buts, maybes, no excuses, innit? Because like Luca just said, they beat us in the Carabao Cup, didn't they? 3-1. I was at that game as well. But the Carabao Cup team are different to the Premier League team, innit? Yeah? We have to win this game, innit? We have to go out all guns. I hate to say this, though. I think Danny Welbeck's going to score, you know. Because I know we make any mistakes. It just takes Welbeck to just grab that ball, just bang one in the back of the net. So, like, we have to watch this Brighton side, innit? Like, because they are a decent team. I mean, they're not. Where are they in the table? I swear, ain't they fourth or something? Fourth? I swear they're fourth, aren't they? Brighton? Ain't they? No, well, I don't even know where they are, but I know they're in the top 6. So it's simple, innit?
I think they're 6.
Yeah.
But, it's really close between them and Tottenham.
We have to win. We have to win. It's simple as that.
Yeah. We have to win that matchup. See, Anthony Herbert, yeah. See, this is a big one coming to you, yeah. See, Kivior shocked us with his performances against Chelsea, yeah. Shocked us, everyone. They're all Arsenal faithful, mostly in the first 10 minutes of that game against Newcastle. See, in nowhere else than in the Grilling Institute, yeah, where the more teams this season at St. James Park. That is where Kivior went to and dominated defensively, yeah, on Sunday. See, what's up with Kivior? Do you think this guy should have a shout as a center defender at Arsenal Football Club? Should we be careful with how we're going with Saliba? Should we mix it up a little bit? Should we say, Saliba, just heal up. Let this guy, just, play in the start of next season. What do you think? Should this guy be spearheading Arsenal's central defender pairing with anyone who they're going to pair, him with? But is this guy a revelation for Arsenal Football Club?
I think he could be too. He's got to definitely play more games. He's got to get more game time under his belt. And I think when that game against Newcastle, I don't think he set a foot wrong. I know it was a penalty decision within the first 10 minutes of the game, but he used a bit of this because with his hand, he actually had his hand out and he put it behind his back, which come off his leg, and it didn't hit his hand. So I think he's got for how young he is. I think he's got in that game he had a good footballing brain in his head, and he was the tackles were well timed, the headers out of the box was good. He was clearing the box. He was the only one for me. I don't like this play when the goalkeeper passes it to the defenders and they pass it around back to the goalkeeper. This and that. Is a dangerous tactic. Don't play that because the other attacking opposition is coming in more. He was the one that when the ball was passed to him, he either launched it up the field, up the pitch, or he had passed out towards a player, either in the middle or out on the wing. He was doing that in that game against Newcastle, and I thought. And to be honest with you, he's fantastic. Regarding Saliba, rest up. Just rest up. I'm not worried if you come back and it's the last 1 or 2 games of the season. Just rest up.
It's cooking! It's cooking, guys! It's cooking!
Just rest up. Just put your feet up. Have a cigar, whatever. Do you know what I mean? And enjoy it because this guy here, he's going to be a good centre back. And I think he's broken into the Polish national team as well. So, I think that there's that to look at as well. So, it's exciting times.
He's a mainstay in that Polish back four already. Yeah, in Poland they have tall, muscular defenders. Yeah, like
I think as well.
Players in the back four, but if Kivior can find his way down there, why can't he find his way to the Arsenal back four? What do you think about Kivior ranks?
Yeah, I think he needs, like Anthony just said, he needs more game time, innit? Slowly easing in, Start him over Rob Holding, because Rob Holding is useless. I can't wait till this guy goes, because he's useless. Yeah? So just give I can't even pronounce his name. What's his name? Kivior. Give him more
Kivior,
game time. Slide him in. Give him a bit more game time. Because Anthony just said, like, you know what I mean? Against Newcastle, he was brilliant. You know what I mean? It was never a handball. Like I said, his hand was there. He put his hand behind his back. You know what I mean? Never a penalty. Play him, start him over Rob Holding because, like I said, Rob Holding is useless.
Yeah.
Man, absolutely useless. Yeah. Across the pond, thank you for coming to the show. Oregon Guna, my very big friend also. Poo, Oregon Guna. Big ups. Welcome to the show. And see, happy birthday to Beckham, club legend. Yeah. 54 at this time. Club legend, Beckham. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you. 54 years now. See, yeah, this is a big one, yeah. That game against Brighton, Anthony Herbert, where do you see a genuine problem for Arsenal? Do you think these guys will come to the Emirates and cause us problems? We beat them quite comfortably, in the reverse fixture. It was just at the latter part of the game where they, launched and staged, a comeback. They now became up to, I think, 4-2 or 4-3 when it ended in Brighton the last time. But it was kind of comfortable. It was just at the dying minutes of that game that they staged the comeback. But do you think this will be an easy one for Arsenal to actually just, get them out the way and pile the pressure on Manchester City come Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, it's like what you said. The last game, it was 4-2. The last game, Brighton did score a third. They got disallowed because it was their last goal was offside. I was at a New Year's Eve party when that was on, and I was watching the game. And they said, "Come into the party." I said, "No." I said, "Arsenal's on. I'm watching it. Then I will go into the party." You know how it works, right? Arsenal comes first, and but yeah, the problems I feel with this game coming up soon. By then, I think Brighton was round about ninth or eighth in the table when we beat them. Now Brighton have stepped up and they've gone up a gear now. So you got to think they're fighting for Europa League, for the top 5 position. They want Europa League, and this is what they're fighting for. I mean, look at the quality. I mean, the strength and the depth they've got in that team. When I see the depth, Lewis Dunk, McAllister, Casado, McAllister, the goalkeeper. That's half the team already. Brighton are always good in their defense, in their back lineups, from the 2 DMs, the 4 defenders, and the goalkeeper. Right, their midfield is not too bad. They're quite weak in attack, but Danny Welbeck has been doing the job of recent. His work rate. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he has, and their work rate has been great. But it reminds you of Jesus. Their work rate's great, but they haven't got the goals. I know Jesus was out for a long time due for injury, but that's where Brighton's weaknesses is up front and their little bit in midfield. What we've got to worry about is how their defence is set up, and if R3 can attack. I'm willing to drop Saka and play Trossard in this game, because I think Trossard will want to do something against his old team.
His old team, yeah.
And I think I would play Trossard. He'll want to score a goal because I don't think he liked it there at Brighton. No. And the new manager has been out. I think there was a clash between them. They didn't get on.
That's
so
true.
He's going to want revenge on Brighton, in other words. Yeah. So I would play him and I would rest Saka in this game. I think we could win the game too. I think we can win the game. I don't know if you want my score prediction now or towards the end of the stream.
That'll be at the end of the show, yeah. But see, Lloyd, I'll bring you in here. Look at Arsenal Forever. Look at what he's asking here, yeah. Not asking, but he's putting that as a statement, yeah. He says, what ESR has been through injury, but I really do believe that something has gone wrong between Arteta and ESR. Do you think there's a problem? Do you think there's a rift between Arteta and ESR?
I'm not too sure, because there must be something going on there. Like, there must be a reason why Arteta's not playing him. Like, maybe because he's injury prone, or maybe he just don't want to take that risk. Like, I can't really answer that one. Like, there must be something going on there, but I don't know.
You don't know, right? Anthony Herbert, do you think there's any
Yeah,
rift between ESR and Ateta?
I think there is,
He's
Tim.
finding
I,
games to be
I
hard to come by.
yeah, I think there is. I think there is. I mean, you look at that. I mean, I like Smith Rowe. I think he's a brilliant player. I don't want him to leave. Um, it's like signing. It's like Luca. It was like signing Luca, Fabio Vieira. Now we all know that Luca looks like Fabio Vieira, but
Mm.
I mean that was a waste of money for me. That was a waste of
Yeah,
money for me by bringing him in. 35
yeah, same
million.
Anthony. I agree. I agree.
He's, he scored that one goal against Brentford, which was a good goal. That's the only goal. That's the only thing we can rate him on this season. But going back to Smith Rowe, he's
I
got to
think
have some
and
quality
I
there,
think and
Tim.
the goal against Manchester United, yeah. I think he
Oh
scored
yeah,
a
and the goal
screamer.
against Manchester.
Scored
Yeah,
a screamer against Manchester
yeah.
United, yeah.
But
Yeah, at the time.
I think going back with Smith Rowe, why do you think
Mm,
Unai Emery wants him? Because there's no other manager that knows Arsenal better than
mm,
obviously Unai Emery, because he was obviously being our ex-manager as well. He sees something in Smith, and I tell you something now: if Smith Rowe leaves and goes to Aston Villa,
yeah.
we're going to see a different Smith Rowe, and we're going to see a future England player. He's going to be a very good player, and Unai Emery will change him into a quality
Yeah.
into the strengths that he needs.
Lloydie, yeah. Lloydie, is it time to go? ESR, is it time to go? Should we call it a day? Thanks for the memories. Should we call it a day? Should he leave the football club?
No, see, I'm not too sure about this one because Emil Smith Rowe last season was immense. Yeah, we know this. Yeah, but for some reason, like I don't know why he's not getting into this Arsenal team. I don't think personally we should get rid of him. I think we should keep him
Yeah,
Interesting.
because
See,
because if we did send him, like Anthony just said, like where's he going to go? Is he going to go Aston Villa, work with Unai Emery? Is he going to go? Is he going to go to Chelsea? No, he definitely won't go there. He won't go to Spurs. He won't go to United. He won't go to Liverpool. Where else is he going to go?
Exactly. Lloydie, you first answer this question. Also, this question also go to Anthony Herbert also. Say, West Ham will allow Declan Rice to leave this summer if they receive an offer, what, 120 million pounds from a Champions League club. Now, listen to the footnotes. West Ham would also accept 100 million pounds plus a player for the midfielder, with the Hammers already receiving inquiries about him. His most likely destination at the moment is Arsenal, while Chelsea, Manchester United, Liverpool have also shown an interest. Talking about Declan Rice, a report that just came out today, it's likely he will be coming to Arsenal. See, but West Ham now, yeah, and I'm saying they're willing to let this centurion leave West Ham this summer for 120 million pounds. See, Ranks, do you think that Arsenal can stomp up the cash for this guy, Declan Rice, for 120 million pounds?
They cost up 72 million for Pepe, didn't they? So why not? But personally, with Declan Rice, look, he's already said, like, look, he wants to go to a team next season that are playing Champions League. Is he worth 130 million pounds? I don't know,
120. Is he worth 120 million pounds?
I don't think he is.
Well, if Modric is costing 80 to 90, then why shouldn't he be costing 120 million pounds?
True. But personally,
if Modric, who came in, is costing 80 to 90, then Declan Rice, a centurion matador in his own right, should be costing 120 in today's market, right?
it's because he's Premier League proven thing. And he's an English player as well. And English players, as we know, are dear. If we want to snap up an English player, it is dear. And Declan Rice is one of them. I did read
So
that what you just said.
120 million pounds to you, Anthony.
I think at this moment of time, it looks too much. It looks too much. In all fairness, with Declan Rice, I won't pay any more than 80 million for Declan Rice. But I don't want to take anything away from him because he is such a good player. and he's one of West Ham's best player. If it wasn't for Declan Rice being tough at the back, West Ham would be further down the league table. They'd be like down by Southampton in Forest. That's a fact. But I don't think Arsenal will pay. They've got the money there, but I don't think they'll pay it. I think they'll go for a cheaper solution, and that's what I think. And by a cheaper solution, I think someone like, I don't know, you could be looking at a McAllister from Brighton, or you could be looking at you could go to Serie A, you can go to a team in Spain, or somewhere abroad and get a player from abroad to try and come in for this. I did read today that Man City, Arsenal after Man City's player. What's that midfielder's name?
Cancelo.
Cancelo, will it?
No, it's Gundogan.
Oh, Gundogan.
Yes. Arteta is wanting him, and I'm thinking, well, why are you going in for him? He's 32 years of age. Why are you going in for someone like that? Because he's a DM for Man City. But I just don't agree with that going for all these older players, because it makes you think if they're going to go for someone like that.
But again, he's playing quite well for He's playing quite well for Man City, right? I think he had 2 goals in their last match against West Ham, right?
He is, but what it is, Toon, is because of his age, his contract runs out at the end of this season. He's free, and this is why Arteta wants to jump in. But I think to myself, if that's the point, we might as well keep Xhaka there. Don't bother with him. Keep Xhaka and Partey. We've got Jorginho. That's 3 players in our DM positions. That's in their 30s. We want someone young. That's what we want. El Lenny's there. He's 32 now. We just want a young player in DM, like a 25-year-old. And to me, because he's Premier League proven, McAllister for me, he fits the bill.
Yeah. What about Mason Mount?
The bill, right? Yeah, Mason Mount. I heard that Arsenal have sounded out his representatives too. This was 5 days ago.
Yeah, this is what I heard as well.
I think Mason Mount would be a good player. He'd be a good buy, but depending on how much he's going to cost. How much do you think he's going to cost? Mason Mount, what, 60, 80 million?
Like 70, 80?
Again,
yeah.
70, 80. But should we be giving Liverpool a free ride for McAllister? I genuinely think that we should be looking at that guy,
Yeah.
Strong midfield marshal, a matador in his own right. Great play, got the speed, he got goals in him. We shouldn't be allowing such talent just run away to Liverpool.
Well, that's what I'm saying. McAllister, I think you can snap him up for about 50, 60 mil.
Yeah, easily.
You know what I'm saying? So he's cheaper. He's half the price as Declan Rice. And don't get me wrong, we need to get these players in as soon as this season ends, because what we've done in the Europa League was poor. We're in Champions League now next season. We need these players in, and we need strength and we need depth. That's the 2 things that Arsenal need next season for Champions League football. I'm not saying we're going to win the Champions League, but I would like to get to around a 16-stroke quarterfinals of a Champions League. Sure. That's far enough. If Arsenal got that far, brilliant. I'm all up for that. But it's like what I said. We need that's what we need. We need a DM, and it's not just a DM too. We need a right back, because there's talks that Tommy Yasu could be leaving next season.
Yeah, I heard that one as well.
Yeah, so we need a DM. We need a centre back. So when Rob Holding's gone, we need a reasonably good centre back to replace him. So that's a right back, centre back, and a DM.
And I think another striker to replace Eddie.
Yeah, and another striker to replace Eddie.
Exactly. But again, Lloydie, who are you looking at for Arsenal to go and gazump in the summer transfer window? Who do you have in your mind? Who should we be bringing in?
In what position?
What caliber players? In what position do you think?
Oh, I've already said for a striker, Ivan Toney.
But again, it's in that betting scandal, right? And indictments might be leveled against him at any time. Maybe apart from indictment, I'm talking of judgments can be can fall on him at any time within from now to the end of the season. Yeah, anything can happen. It could be a 20-game ban. It could be a season-long.
Yeah.
So
Or
even me, I would have loved Ivan Toney to be our main striker, but
if it was down to me, if it was my choice, I'd buy that one from Napoli, Victor Osimhen. Is that his name? Osimhen, the one from Napoli.
only president
Is that his name?
won't agree for that guy to live for less than £150 million.
Yeah, he'd be a lot of money. I don't know who else.
Rebellion.
I'm trying to think who else could play. Who else? I'm trying to think.
I'll tell you what, another player.
Napoli,
Another player that can do it.
A pot of gold would it's 150.
Yeah. Just
It's not
Yeah,
200.
if anybody could listen to this, I'll tell you what. Aston Villa wants Smith Rowe. So why don't we go in with a swap deal with Ollie Watkins?
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could work.
Ollie Watkins. He's been scoring goals for Villa. He's improved immensely under Unai Emery. And I'm not being funny. Ollie Watkins, what's he now? He's 25, 26, Ollie Watkins?
Nah, he's 24.
Is he 24? Well, there you go then. He's a young player and he's got a lot to learn. And he's done it under Unai Emery. He can slightly do it under Arteta. Arteta changed him. And you've got those attack, and then we could bomb, like what you said, bomb Eddie Nketiah out. And then we could bring in Ollie Watkins because, to be honest with you, Ollie Watkins is much better than Eddie. And they're the same age.
Yeah,
they're the same age.
Definitely.
Yeah.
True. But again, see, should we be looking in or looking out for a new striker this summer?
Yeah.
Should we be looking for a new striker? Gabriel Jesus just came back from injury, right? Eddie Nketiah hasn't really been the striker we want him to be. We know that Trossard could be a striker, but he's not enough in it. Because if he's winning the Player of the Month for March and he's not starting a game in April, then it shows that Mikel Arteta doesn't visualize him as a first 11 striker, innit?
Another thing with Eddie is
definitely we have to go into that market, right? Who do we bring in as a striker? Should we be looking at the striker?
So if you want a good top quality striker at Arsenal, you've got to change the formation. Or you can't play a 4-3-3. If you want a striker like someone like that's close to Haaland or an Alvarez, if you like, you've got to play a 4-2-3-1. So you've got your guy in the middle can help out the striker. That's the lone striker that's up front. That's the one that most probably get you goals. But when you're playing the three up front, you've got Martinelli, Saka, Jesus, and you've got to put Trossard in there. That's four out of the six. Where if you're playing 4-3-3. So for another striker, you're going to have to fit like an Ollie Watkins in there. You'll have to. If not, if you want to go to the extent where you've got to sign a striker for somewhere between 60, 70 million, you can't play a 70 million pound striker. You can't drop Martinelli, Saka, or Jesus. You can't. I mean, Trossard's there on merit because we know that he's going to play well whether he plays a game or he comes off the bench and plays a game in the last 20, 30 minutes. You can't spend a top whack on a striker if they're just going to be a bench warmer and then come on. You can't do that. This is why I'm saying Ollie Watkins fits the bill.
Lloydie, Bukayo Saka has been at the back end of lots of horrible challenges this season, No protection from the referees. But protection aside, let's look into his performances this season, He's had quite, a good performance this season. He's got lots of goals too. And again, I still do think that fatigue set into his game at the latter part of the season. Do you think that Arsenal should be in the market for a new winger? Remember when we went into the market, into the transfer window for a new winger, we're looking at Rafinha. Probably Rafinha looked into the Arsenal team, said, you know what, Starboy is legitimate Arsenal breed, He might not be seeing lots of game time, or he might not see himself benching Saka. Do you think that Arsenal should go for a mediocre player or still be in for a Rafinha or Sadio Mane, or even who do you want to see to come in and give that big shout for that right wing position to give Saka a little bit of a rest, Lloydie?
I said long time ago. You might disagree with me. I said Saha.
Yeah, that's credible. But again, isn't he old?
Yeah, I think
Old.
I've always with Saha now. I need like 29, 30 or something like that. Ain't he?
He's 30. He's 30. He's almost 31.
Oh,
So
he's
half
31.
31. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I forget Saha then. And then call me
Yeah,
mad.
that's
And then call me
long
mad as
gone.
well.
Wenger
And then
wanted him as well.
call me
Didn't
mad.
he?
Call me mad as well. I actually did say Raheem Sterling.
Yeah, I wanted him.
I wanted him. Raheem Sterling.
But wait, yeah. Again, can't we be looking at someone like Sadio Mane? Can't we go into that Barcelona setup and test the waters again for Rafinha, who could legitimately want to leave FC Barcelona at the end of the day to come and have a payday at Arsenal, who's also in the Champions League?
How much is Mane going to cost though?
30 mil.
Bayern want to flog him off. They
How
want
much?
him out as soon as possible.
They reckon it'd be anywhere up to 30 million for Mane. And I'll tell you something now. I won't mind Mane, our club, but if he does come back to the Premier League, he's going to Newcastle. I'm telling you that now. He's going. You heard it here first. He's going to go to Newcastle United. And I know what you're saying, Tim, with Rafinha, but then again, you look on the right-hand side, and he plays right, and I know people don't like him, and he's free. I could see it being Tillemans from Leicester.
Yes, I said that.
Honestly, I can. I can see it being Tillemans. I can, because he's free. So he's out of contract. Arteta say, right, I can work with Tillemans. I can get him to producing goods on the, as long as he's got.
Again, is it the kind of player? Is it the caliber of player you would say he can bench Saka? Like, I want a player that will come into this football club and then you say, you know what? Yeah, it's a like for like replacement.
Yeah.
If you pitch your tent with Tillemans and Saka and compare and contrast them, in every way you will pick Bukayo Saka. I want a player where it will confuse you when you want to make that that decision.
So
Saka
that's what I want.
Tillemans should go.
That's what I want.
I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that Casado either.
But Casado is a
I
central
think Casado's good. I don't think he's worth.
midfielder.
I don't think Casado is worth 100, 120 million. No way. I don't think he is worth that.
Nah,
but
not.
What we're going to say is, with Tillemans, if it meant Tillemans, I know, but Tony, if it meant Tillemans coming to Arsenal, with Saka playing 13 football, because that's what Saka wants. If you got like for like, one of them will want to leave eventually, and that causes the same problem with our left back, with Shevchenko and Kieran-Tierney. You know what I'm saying? So do you know what I'm saying? And I don't want Kieran-Tierney to go. That is going to evolve in the same problem as our left back to right midfield. If it means Tillemans coming in and playing a few games here and there, assisting and scoring a few goals, I'm up for that. If it means Saka to stay at Arsenal, seriously, I want Saka, or I don't want him gone, because I'll tell you something now. If Saka goes, it'd be like waiting forever for Arsenal to get the right player to win the bloody Premier League. In my book, seriously, I don't want him gone.
Well, but again, see, Lloydie, and Anthony, but again, you still do need competition for places. Like today in the dailies, I saw that Arsenal wants to give Ramsdale a new bumper contract, a big, huge one. The one that would accelerate him, more than every other goalkeeper in the Premiership, probably maybe apart from Alisson and the Man City goalie. But see, if they're doing that, where is the like for like replacement for Ramsdale this in the summer? Because if you're giving Ramsdale a new bumper deal, then you should be bringing a goalkeeper that should have that kind of be a like for like replacement for Ramsdale this season, because he has been at the back end of lots of questionable questionable performances this
Yeah.
season, even if he's been good. He's been good this season. I don't take that away from him, but he's been questionable also. Lloyd, do you think we should be bringing in a new goalie, even if we want to give Ramsdale a bumper? That was what I heard a bumper new deal.
Yeah, see, here's the thing though. We got to give Ramsdale respect in it. Like, let's, you know what I mean? The saves he's pulled off this season, like, you know what I mean? Spectacular. Look at the Newcastle game. That header he saved. You know what I mean? The free kick from Madison. That might have been last season, but yeah. But we were to bring in another goalkeeper. Then who do we buy? Like, you know what I mean?
Mm. But who do you think Arsenal should bring in as a replacement? Because the American in our ranks, I don't really trust him that much as a second string goalkeeper.
Yeah, I was talking about this the other day. I wouldn't mind Andre Onana.
Andre Onana, that's a big shout. That's a big shout. Anthony, Herbert, what do you think? Ramsdale, new bumper deal coming up for him at the end of the season, and no replacement, at least a like-for-like replacement for him right now in the ranks. The American we have down there, I don't think it's a safe pair of hands if we want to do anything in the Champions League next season.
Yeah, I think there's three ways of looking at this team. Number one, Ramsdale is that he wants that. He was offered this bumper, like he's going to get paid so many thousands and millions a year. If Arsenal's got it, give it to him. He deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one. Number two, I know people's been saying stuff about Ramsdale, but it leads back to the Southampton game when he made that balls up, wasn't it? When he kicks it out and it came into Alcrut and he scored. That's the only mistake roughly he's done all season, in my opinion. But with
it's been at the back end of some howlers this season.
He has
at least 2-3.
But he has redeemed himself from that, and he has redeemed himself from that as well.
I get that.
And the other thing as well, with your reserve goalkeeper, Matty Turner, he knows he's number two. He's going to stay number two. And if he's happy at number two, let's not fill it, because let's be honest. In my opinion, we've got England's number one goalkeeper, and our number two is America's number one goalkeeper as well for the national team. Let's look at it from that point of view, and let's say, look, the goalkeepers we got, they can do it for at least another. Well, Ramsdale will carry on, but Turner being number two, he won't mind being in that role in 2 or 3 season time. Honestly, he wouldn't. And there's no Ramsdale knows that he's not. Nobody could take his number one slot from him, especially getting this bumper deal. So, in all fairness, I'm up for that. The two the good goalkeepers. I know Turner can be a bit iffy, but let's think. He is America's number one goalkeeper, and he's our number two. So in all fair, you can't go wrong with that, can you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
See, we've come to the end of this show. Yeah, see, but you know what? Yeah, against Brighton. Lloydie, I'll give you that a chance to tell us what you expect from that game in a way, and just tell us your predictions for that brunch game against Brighton at home.
I'm just, that Brighton game, I'm just expecting 3 points, 2-1.
Wait.
That's what I'm expecting. He's frozen, like the movie.
Same, you froze.
Yeah, he froze there. It's like we have to.
Yeah.
Oh, he's froze again.
Froze again. Can't hear him.
Lloydie, did you say 3-1?
2-1.
2-1. Okay. That's a good one. Anthony, what about you? What do you think about that game?
I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a tough game, and it's like what I was describing with the DMs, the centre backs, the defence what Brighton's got, and that. But I feel that our attack can get something past the line on that one. I'm going to go for a very good, interesting game here, team. I'm going to go 3-2 Arsenal.
3-2.
Yes, we beat them 4-2. This would be 3-2 because we won't score 4 goals past them because they've achieved a lot since New Year up until now. Like the last 5 months of the season, they've been a really good team, Brighton, and they're you can see it in their attacking as well. They didn't attack a lot under Graham Potter. They were more of a defending team. But I feel now with this new manager they've got in, you can see them defending good, but they're attacking better now than what they did under Potter.
And he's not a bad manager either.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
he's not a bad manager either. See, just before we go, Lloydie, I'm tempted to ask you this question, of course, because I don't know your views on this question. Does Mikel Arteta have enough credit in the bank to stay as manager of Arsenal Football Club?
Yes, I do, because when he first came, remember, he said in 5 years, his objective was to get Arsenal back into the Champions League, innit? So he said the objective wasn't to win the league. He said the objective was to get Arsenal back into the Champions League, and he's done that. Yeah. So you've got to give him, you've got to take your hat off to him, He's got Arsenal back in that Champions League. Technically, though, it should have been last season. But this season, look, we almost won the league this season. So there's been improvements, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean?
Okay, if you say so. Anthony, just nick that one in for us. Does he have enough credit in the bank to be Arsenal manager continuously right now?
Oh, what, Arteta?
Yeah. Does he have enough credit in the bank right now to be Arsenal manager?
I think he has to. But the answer to me would be more next season and what we can achieve next season. If we do not win a trophy next season, then me personally, I'm going to go back to Arteta. Because I want the fan base to start off with.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Anthony. We don't win nothing next season, then we might have to question his position,
Yeah, because that's been 5 years now with one FA Cup. That ain't no good.
That ain't cutting it. Ain't cutting it. Lloydie, man, thanks for coming to the show today, my brother. It's nice to have you down here. Please shout out where people could find you, man.
Yeah, you find me on Instagram, LloydieRanks14. I've got a YouTube channel, obviously it's not as big as yours, Tony. You know what I mean? I'm working on it. But Instagram's the one, isn't it? LloydieRanks14.
Yeah. Guys, please go and join Lloydie. He gives lots of reviews on his Instagram page. Great guy. Lloydie, thanks for coming around. And Anthony, I would like to see him on your show most times in Gooners from all corners. He's a great guy. He's an Arsenal true and true fan, and someone that I would like us to bring into space more, because he talks.
If he's on Instagram too, if you could send his Instagram to me, I subscribe to you, and I can also send him a message and get him on the show. If he wants to, if you're free this Friday, 9 o'clock, you can come on the show.
9 o'clock at night,
9 o'clock at night, Friday at 9 o'clock, and then I got Luca on there, so it's me, Luca, and if you want to come on there, Tony's always he's a Gunners from All Corners fan number 2.
I love that show. I'm always there, but this Friday I won't be there. I have something to do at that time on Friday. So but Lloydie, I would like you to go down there and so it's a very, very good show. I love that show with my heart. I always love that place. It'd be nice for you to go there and talk football with the guys down there. Very lovely people.
Yeah, why not?
So,
why not? Why not?
Yeah, good. So, Anthony, where can people find you, my brother?
Right, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at my name at Anthony Herbert. You can also find me on a show on Fridays. Now, you've got to listen to this. It's called Football United TV, which is a Man United channel. But the guy that's got the Man United channel, he lets me host an Arsenal show every Friday nights at 9 o'clock. So, his name's Matt. So it's fair enough, I'm doing a show.
What's your Instagram again?
Anthony Herbert is my name.
Anthony Herbert. He's my friend also. Yeah.
All right.
I'll send it to you, Lloydie.
Yeah, send it to you, and you can message me, and I'll get you on the show Friday. It's not a problem. And
nice.
but yeah, that's where you can find me. We got Arsenal fans on there. We talk about Arsenal. We have a good chat. A bit of a bit of a debate, but also what's important, we do have a laugh on that show as well, and that's what makes a stream for me. So
That's what I like to hear. All right, nice. All right, cool.
Yeah. So guys, go join these guys, show them love, and of course join Anthony Herbert on Friday for goodness from all corners. And of course, you guys will also be seeing Anthony Herbert more frequently in most of the shows I'll be doing. You might be seeing me, him, and Ryan doing 1 or 2 shows here and there also. And you would also be seeing Lloyd Ranks most of the time popping into the show, because I also want him to have a platform down here and see other ways where, because these are goodness that people should be listening to. These guys, man, great guys. Big up to everyone here. Thank you, everyone who came, who are in the charts, and see you soon. I'm out.
Later.
Layers. Cookie.
Okay.